Two auto expos ago, well, that should be about 2018, Tata had showcased the H5X concept, a large SUV, which eventually went on to become the Harrier. Now, just 5 years later, after multiple refreshes and even reviving the Safari moniker to make a three-row version of the Harrier, Tata has brought the Harrier name into a new age. Yes, it has showcased the Tata Harrier EV at the 2023 Auto Expo. The car has been revealed, and here is everything that you need to know about the concept vehicle. Now, if you take just one look at the Harrier EV, it looks familiar and new at the same time, and that's quite an achievement by Tata. Familiar because Tata has managed to retain the silhouette and some of the elements that make the Harrier, yet has managed to make it look new by adding a whole bunch of EV specific elements. The face, which is easily the most recognizable thing, gets a big Tata electric specific grille right in the middle with the T logo standing proudly there. The headlamps are low set while there's a full LED light bar running above the grille. There's also a nice thick bumper element in front in a contrast color that gives it a nice muscular shape. Now, the Harrier-ness of the Tata Harrier EV is most visible in its silhouette. You can see the familiar roofline, the flared wheel arches, even the size of the wheels, even though this is a concept car, are all very evident that this is a Tata Harrier. Yet, it has some EV-like elements, one of course being the flush door handles that we first saw on the Curvv concept, the other being that there's like a little EV badge just near the front fender on both the sides. Now, one-piece light bars have become a recurring theme at the 2023 Auto Expo, and Tata joins a growing list of manufacturers showcasing their rear section lighting package in this manner. You get a one-piece light bar on the back of the Harrier EV with the lights sitting on the edge. They actually curve around the edge, and you get the Tata logo in the middle. Now, you also get the black applique that's very common with the Harrier and the Safari, and this is an element that we think Tata will carry on as it's one of their signature SUV elements that's visible not just in the Harrier and Safari but also in the Nexon and the Punch. Two other major highlights of the rear section are air intakes near the rear wheels. They're large and have like a little honeycomb pattern inside, and the other one being a contrast colored chunky bumper element that really gives the car the SUV stance that it requires. Much like many of the other concepts showcased at the Auto Expo, the Tata Harrier's interiors have been locked out to the public, and we can expect to see a production version of it as we get closer to its launch date sometime in 2025. But to give you an idea of what it's like, we can take some of the interior elements from the Curvv concept that was showcased last year, as these two cars are in a sort of similarly placed price bracket and will be close to each other in the Tata hierarchy. Very common elements across both cars are expected to be the dual digital displays, the steering with haptic touch controls, the center console, as well as the way the seats are designed, the power seat functions, and even the way the rear is designed are all expected to be shared between the Curvv in the electric guise and the Tata Harrier EV whenever it is launched. Now, Tata has not revealed any kind of powertrain, meaning battery or electric motor figures, because this is just a concept EV, but they have been very vocal and very clear that this car will come with all-wheel drive. Now, to achieve all-wheel drive in an SUV like this, Tata is expected to have two motors, one mounted on the front axle, one mounted on the rear axle, and they'll have a control unit giving you all-wheel drive as you would get in a car where you'd have a transmission tunnel in the middle. This dual motor setup is expected to benefit the car not just in all-wheel drive, but also the fact that you will get a flat floor, thereby eliminating some of the flaws that come from having to adopt an ICE platform for an electric vehicle. The production-ready version of the Tata Harrier is expected to debut in 2025. Once Tata has launched the electric version of the Curvv SUV. Now, this Harrier EV's existence is very important to the overall Tata picture, simply for two reasons. One is that it shows us the direction that Tata is taking with its flagship offerings. Yes, we know what the Curvv will look like, we know what the electric Nexon will look like, but this is their flagship SUV, the thing that defines them. The other is that having a familiar shape, having a familiar brand name will allow you to bring your existing customer base into the world of EVs as you make progress going from an ICE to an EV manufacturer. The last also, of course, is that what we see in this Harrier EV is also expected to spawn a 3-row version that will be called the Safari EV. Have you been enjoying the content that we've been putting out about the Auto Expo 2023? Well, this is just the start, and there's quite a lot more coming. So do stay tuned to the CarWale YouTube channel and check us out on all our social media channels.